The idea of unlimited vacation is making news right now after billionaire Richard Branson announced that's the direction he's taking Virgin Airlines. But that concept is not new here. For the last 3 years, Windsor Regional Hospital has been giving its non-union members unlimited vacation. So we want to know, how's it going? Snapology will be running their summer program until Labor Day. They're hoping to get into the schools in the fall to work with primary students. The city has plans to install credit card reading meters in Walkerville. But as for downtown Windsor, we'll still be feeding the meters. Stacey Janzer, CBC News, Windsor. Traffic was blocked up on the EC Row Expressway this morning, following 2 accidents on the same section of the road. Windsor Police Sergeant Matthew Dasty says it caused multiple injuries. Are you interested in learning about what programs St. Clair College has to offer? This weekend, the recruitment department will be at Tecumseh Mall. They will be handing out materials and answering questions about the college's programs that are starting in September. If you can't make it, the recruitment department will also be at Devonshire Mall next weekend. So come on by and make sure you enter the draw to win some cool stuff. The Windsor Aquatic Club is hosting the largest regional swimming competition in Canada. The 2014 Speedo Eastern Canadian Swimming Competition is being hosted at the recently reopened Windsor International Aquatic and Training Centre. The event opens today and runs until Monday. It will feature senior, youth, and junior swimmers from Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic Canada. Event planners are still looking for volunteers. If you're interested, contact the Windsor Aquatic Club. Muslim candidates were out canvassing today, but they had more than the election on their minds.
Broke my heart like it did everybody else's to hear those shots ring out in those hallways was gut-wrenching.
Remy Bolbol says people in the community have contacted her about the attacks, and it's all been positive.
Is everything okay? We know that you didn't do this. Obviously, this has nothing to do with you or anything that you've done. I just want you to know that we know that and that we've got your back.
The elections throughout Ontario have not been as polite. Signs for Toronto candidate Munira Abukar have been defaced, even prior to the attacks. Bolbol says she's not surprised the reaction is different here.
It's been incredible. It's been incredible. But that's Windsor, right? And that's the people here. People here know better.
Mohammed Chams is canvassing after Friday's prayers.
These are Windsorites. I knock doors. They don't look at your name. They don't judge you based on name. They judge you based on what you've done, who you are.
Chams says the community is open.
We already do a lot. If you come down to the mosque, for example, our mosque is open. When I say open, I'm talking in the evenings, weekends, Friday nights, open to everybody.
Both candidates want to see a more effective diversity council to keep the community whole.
If we can actually get together a nice group, this is how we can actually collaborate, work together, and actually become one.
Chams and Bolbol wore red today to honor the fallen soldiers.
Very hard to talk about, okay, very sensitive. Now, as much as I try to hold, it's hard. I'm hurt.
The candidates say Windsor is doing a lot right when it comes to connecting communities. They want to build on that if they're elected. Stacey Janzer, CBC News, Windsor.
In China, the pony means you can get a very happy life.
Although Ying Zhan paints pictures with a happy message, it was not a happy time for her when she first landed in Canada.
My husband just do the general labor and to support my family. But we are very lucky. After 10 months, I found a job so I can work as a graphic designer.
The story of so many immigrants. They moved here for a better life and found it would not be so easy.
It's a tough time because we our language has the barrier, and they don't think we have qualified for the job because we don't have any local degree.
Yang said it was hard to find her place.
At the very beginning, I feel very frustrated because I couldn't see my value.
So she went back to painting. She says it makes her feel at home.
The stroke, the color, I feel very happy with it. So I think the painting is my true passion.
Her passion is part of an exhibit this weekend, celebrating the birthday of Confucius. It's called Moon, Wind, Pine, and it will open at the show gallery tonight. It features the work of 4 Chinese artists.
We have partnered with the Chinese Culture Institute of Windsor to bring them over here, and this is a first for them appearing in North America.
Art goers will hear the stories and experience the culture that go along with the paintings.
We will have traditional Chinese dance and the recitation of some Chinese poetry in English, but it'll be at least a way for the Western audience to sort of enter into the paintings.
For Ying Zhan, it's an opportunity to show the rich history of China and hopefully sell some artwork. Stacey Janzer, CBC News, Windsor. Walking through downtown, it won't take long to spot a parked car at an expired meter.
You don't get a breakdown here. I can see why people avoid downtown.
Bombardier knows firsthand how efficient parking enforcement is. He's been given 3 tickets in 1 day.
The ones getting the majority of the tickets are the people that are always down here every day, which are the business owners. So we printed out our own ticket.
Bombardier says not everyone keeps change in their pockets these days, and that's causing a problem with city meters.
They're coming down here to support our business, and they just have been in our business for 5 minutes and they get a ticket. So we've paid some people's tickets.
The supersized art piece wasn't made that way just to get the city's attention.
Recently, they went from $15 to $17. So I was just making that statement that the tickets are getting bigger.
Parking enforcement says their officers may walk down the same city block 3 times a shift.
There's more meters, there's more parking lots. So the officers, that beat, as we call them, that beat is a little more condensed. So it does appear that the officers are just circling. However, they're not.
Kralovinsky says there are ways for businesses to help their customers.
Buy tokens from us, they get them at a reduced rate because they are BIAs. It's something we offer to all the BIAs in the city of Windsor. So please take advantage of that because it's half the price. Give them to your customers when they pull up.
The city has plans to install credit card reading meters in Walkerville, but as for downtown Windsor, we'll still be feeding the meters. Stacey Janzer, CBC News, Windsor.
Security is really a challenging thing because, number one, it's an ever-moving target.
Smartphones, tablets, and even laptops are a common sight. When you download apps to your phone, do you know how much of your privacy you're giving up? Andy Kale is a co-owner of Red Piston, a company that develops games for phones.
You can only grab what's in Facebook, so if your age, if your birthday, if all that stuff is on there, theoretically we can get it with your permission.
Kale says they share your game scores, but it can be different for other developers, especially for people using Android phones.
There are a lot of apps out there, especially a lot of free apps, that say that they're doing one thing and then do something completely different.
Eric Lamoureux's company monitors security networks. He says some people won't realize they've been hacked until it's too late.
Until the next time that they've gone to, into the bank, or they've checked their credit card balances, or they check their account statements and see that, geez, I didn't really change, I didn't really withdraw that amount of money.
Kale says if you're using Wi-Fi or are on a public computer, do not use any site that requires a password. Lamoureux adds you should be constantly changing your passwords.
Most people, have 3 or 4 digit passwords. The reality is automated hacking programs can break those in a matter of hours.
Kale advises to stay off sites that ask for personal information and don't download apps that you are unsure of. He says there's only one way to make sure your information stays private.
If you don't want something to be found, don't put it online.
As for the celebrity hacking, Apple's put out a release saying it wasn't their fault. Stacey Janzer, CBC News, Windsor.